Many of us as consumers don't spend a lot of time thinking about where our food is grown, how it's grown, how it's transported, what those conditions are, who benefits, who loses. And in this large sort of global and industrialized food system, we are in a true crisis. Agriculture is having a devastating effect on the environment. It's having a devastating effect on farm communities, be it in the Midwest, be it in the developing South of the world, and it's having a devastating effect on the health and well-being of consumers as well. The global industrial food system has become structured to benefit primarily those who have profit interests, and many externalities are coming out of that. The costs to the environment, the costs to health are being pushed out of the way in order for these profit incentives to continue to dominate the model. As a result, agriculture is now one of the key elements of why we are facing true crisis, be it the carbon footprint of food transport in relationship to climate change, be it the diminishing percent of food that is grown in this country for human consumption that is being transferred to the growth of grain for beef or now for biofuels. This system is not serving the environment, it's not serving our communities, it's not serving the health and well-being of ourselves as people. So us, as many other people in this country and throughout the world, are trying to put forward a different vision that we can restructure the way food is brought to us, is grown in such a way that we can move forward to ensure that 7 generations from now will have the same access to both quality foods, but also to the environment, and that all communities can benefit from this. We believe that localization of the food system is a paramount strategy for improving the well-being of all of these stakeholders, be it human, be it nature. And that's a fundamental component that we have to begin to move forward on. In 2007, there was large debates around the Farm Bill, the subsidies of large agricultural producers, what is the future and direction of agriculture, large proponents advocating for increased biofuel production and increased commodifications, increased subsidies, those types of elements. And we believe that it's a dangerous road to go down because we don't know ultimately what the results will be. The world is shrinking, and yet we are continuing to externalize the impacts of how we benefit, particularly the demand for cheap food. It's a misnomer to say that food is really cheap. The price you're paying at a grocery store that you might perceive as a bargain is cheap for a very complicated set of reasons. The difference in price is what's happened to the environment. The difference in price is what's happening to the farm workers. The difference in price is the decisions we make around how we develop our communities. So while that price may not show up in the dollar that you spend, it is being spent somewhere at a detriment to the greater commonwealth of humanity. So we're trying to advocate to begin to take responsibility in entirety for how we live, for how we produce food, for the benefits of that food. We're not advocating that people should pay more because that has very severe consequences, particularly for low-income people. But we're advocating for much larger systemic and structural changes in such a way that we can produce food in a truly dignified manner that brings real solutions to what are now very deep and complicated problems in our world.